Welcome back, everyone, to Pinetopia, where I am here at our little base that I have built. Since the last episode, I have put a little marker here at 00. So this is my 00 point, and what's surrounding it is the area that I have reserved for building a tower. So this is going to eventually be the tower where I hope to have my landing site for the gas. And I think that this will work perfectly well at this point. And the idea there is to have an easy landmark to spot so I know where to go towards 00. Yes, I know I got the coordinates, and the coordinates could easily be followed to take me to 00 anyway. But I thought that a nice long distance marker for it, a nice tower there, would be perfect for it. So here's where I plan to put the starter house. So I have a little outline for it at the moment. That's going to be a little fishing hut that I have facing into the river so that I could catch fish or whatever I want to do with it. I'm going to have a bedroom right here, and on this side I plan to have all of my crafting. And this section right here I plan to have as a little bit of a porch. I'm hoping that that will work out. I guess we'll find that out. But today I want to do some exploration. Because I have all this set. I have this armor in here. Oops. And I think that since I have, well, I'm not going to say fully armored because it's in copper armor, so therefore the armor values are only half of filling up the bars for the armor. So it's not, obviously not as good as diamond armor or anything like that, because this is sort of a starter armor. So today's episode is going to be all about using all these copper tools and armor, all that stuff that I went through the trouble of making last time. Okay. Okay. What's down here? Now, I'll just put a torch there just in case, and I can continue on my way. Up, 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 up. Okay, it looks like we've got a sizable lake here. Okay, I guess that could be good. It looks like it's counting as river because I see that there are salmon riding along all there. What I want to do is I want to see if I can find, actually, my plan is to go south. Am I facing south? Yeah, I am facing south right now. Because south is going to be my main direction that I'll be going during this particular phase of this world. The idea there is I'm going to try to do as much as I can on the south side of the river where I'm building my starter house, and that the north side will be reserved until the next time we have a large amount of okay, a large this is a what's the biome here? Looks like a birch forest, a flower forest, or whatever, because I noticed that we have all these little flowers in here all over the place. I don't remember all the names of the biomes that we have as a result of the update in here. Let's see. Or do we not see the biomes anymore when we have here? Maybe, because I know at one point they used to post the biome in the debug screen, but anyway, not there now. So I'm going to go explore around a bit and see if I could find anything interesting. Now, what I'm looking for is a different type of wood. Because for my house, I have birch and, oh, there's some spruce up there. Is that it floating there, or is that an illusion? Well, I guess we'll find out in a moment. But I noticed that there is some spruce up there. And spruce is exactly something that I'll be looking for. Because I wanted a third type of wood to act as trim for the house. and then start to grow different types of wood in there. Okay, this is definitely a birch forest. Yeah, okay, so it's a birch forest then. We might as well start getting some mushrooms in here. Ah! This looks like spruce right over here. Yeah, so let's start on that. Make sure I get some spruce saplings so that I can grow some spruce over at my house in there. I'm sure the hoe isn't going to last all that long, so I got to be careful with it. I could just go and do some regular clipping on, you know, just use the wood or something else like that. Since there is no need to use a hoe all the time on it, just speeds things up a little bit, especially if it's enchanted or something. Right now, my stuff is just made of copper. So in this episode, I'm going to be sticking to copper tools as much as possible, because the idea here is I want to do at least one episode where I stick to copper all the way through, so we get a nice little baseline of how it works. And then if I'm saying, oh, and go to the iron and say, oh, thank goodness I am now using whatever step I am at the time, iron or diamond. Let's forget about netherite. I've never really ever actually used netherite seriously, so more likely enchanted diamond is going to be the best that I'm likely to get. Now let's see, how am I doing for saplings? I've got 3 saplings so far. I would like to have a few more saplings than that, and bring home plenty of spruce wood so that I will be able to, oh well, maybe I should, okay, can I do it? Yeah, I did it. Ooh, look at this. Pumpkins! Your pumpkins are going to be very, very important. I'll need those for copper golems, of course. And for pumpkin pie. I was talking about last time getting ingredients for pumpkin pie. So we got sugar cane. I got to have a couple eggs. So, of course, I need to get those eggs converted into chickens so that I'll be able to start having some serious amounts of eggs at some point. And the problem is, of course, that once you start gathering eggs, you have an overabundance to them. It never seems to be a moderate number of eggs. You either have too many or too few. At least that's the way I've always felt. Now here, pumpkins, so that means I should be able to make a few copper golems, make some okay. Oh, that's right. The pig. Why are the pigs such a strange color? That's right, because this is, of course, after the farm animals update. So that was like a couple of updates ago where they updated all the farm animals so they could have various different colors depending upon the biome. So that was my first look then at the, I guess, whatever that color was for those pigs. Alright, so here, let's see, how many of these do I have now? 6. I'm going to gather a few more of these and see if I can find anything else, because right now I got the 2 main things that I need here. I probably maybe wouldn't mind getting a few more eggs or something like that, but the 2 main things I needed were pumpkins and spruce. And I have those. I mean, if I find some dark oak or some pale oak, I wouldn't mind. But the 2 most important things, too bad I don't have any bones. The 2 most important things I have found so far. Here's a dark area. I don't think it's deep enough to have any mobs in it. Nope, Probably nothing that I plan to mine at the moment. Instead, I'll just continue on. Ah, here's another lake. It's a little to the west of the path I was going. Let's see how it looks. It's very large. It looks like it might open out into a sea. All right. But it looks like it's going to be about 8, well, maybe a little bit more than 800, maybe 850 blocks away from the center point. Oh, plenty of chickens here. Chickens all over the place. All right, let's see. This actually might be an outlet into the sea. That's going to be my guess on the matter. Now, let's see if I could get some. Okay, some flowers there. Okay, good. And that's more spruce in there. So it looks like the biomes are pretty much staying the same. Spruce, oak, and birch. I don't see. Hold it. Is that oak or is that? No, I think that's oak. Perhaps a boat is the best thing for me to get. Have a little boat, do a little bit of exploration in it, and see if I see anything unusual along the way. There we go. One little boat. And I want to see if that is, I think that's an oak tree I see up ahead. Just in case it was anything. Yeah. Actually, it looks like an amalgamation of trees. So, nothing really special along here. Figured let's do the last bit. Okay, it looks like it gets colder and colder as it's going up in there. Ooh. That's a full mountain up there. Well, I don't think this is going to be giving us anything useful. Actually, I'm going more west than anything else. I'm trying to avoid going too far west, but, that's quite an interesting mountain. Maybe someday I could think about going and checking it out. But I think that's enough for today because I have what I want. I have the pumpkins, and I have the pumpkins, and I have the spruce, and those are the most important things because you know that for me the most important of the let's bypass that. We don't need to have strong contact with fire on our wooden boat, right? Hold on, what's this up ahead? Is that something on fire? Well, I like to put out fires when I see them, just to make sure that I don't someday come into this area and have an area that's just a burnt out wasteland. So let's see if I can deal with this. Oh, I see what's happened here. Okay. Let's put this out, put this out, put this out, put this out, put this out. And, and go to sleep and do it in the morning. Alright, now I have a bucket with me. It has to have water in it. Maybe I'll just turn that out into there. So sort of, I know, I won't be able to get this obsidian until I get diamond. But I think that's a bee nest right here. Well, I'm not going to go and try to tamper with a bee nest this time of without silk touch and all the things like that, because otherwise bees are going to get very, very angry. Now, where's the boat? Okay, the boat is down there. So, heading back north. I should make sure that there is no fire. Okay, the fire is out. Good. I'm making the return trip about 140 blocks to the west of where I started, so maybe things are going to look slightly different. Nice plains and all around here. A little bit of a hill over there. But mostly it's the same oak and birch forest that we had before. Oh, and that looks like that lake that we saw earlier. Actually, does that mean that I can go a bit of a more distance on the boat? Yeah. Let's see how far I can get on the boat before I have to veer off. Forward. Probably a little bit more. Let's see. Actually, does this take me all the way to the river? That's a possibility. Now the question is that the river right over there? No, actually, I think this might be closer to that. Actually, this is all sand in a lake, like some sort of a beach. Oops. And I am now going north there. That's about as far north, really, as I would want to be going. So, let's debark right around here. I'm only about 100 blocks, I think, from base. So we shouldn't have too much trouble. That's what they all say. Okay, so some horses here. So all I need to do is get a actually, I can... Saddles are now craftable, right? I think so. Yeah, just keep that in mind that I can craft a saddle, put it onto a horse, and, well, after I tame the horse, that's, I guess it'll be a little tricky thing first. Oh, okay, I guess I could have stayed in the water. All right, well, I think I am pretty close to, oh yeah, because there is the marker that I put up so that I will know the place. It'll be a lot easier to spot when I have an actual tower over here. Well, it's going to be some time before I have a serious storage system or anything like that. I think it is time that we test it out. Building a copper golem. Now, let's see. We have shears. Yes, we have shears right over here. All right, good. Okay, so now we have a copper golem. It's saying, oh, nothing in there. All right, well, that's the thing. We're going to have some things in there that might make our friend there interested. It looks like they check it out every so often. As we've got 6 spruce saplings here. We're going to have to plant those so that we could start our own little spruce farm. All right, good. Now I want to find a little cave because I did see a little couple of caves here and there in the area, such as here. see if there's anything worth exploring. And let's see. Yeah, because that's a little dark, so maybe. Actually, make sure I have the time of day right first before I. Okay, maybe in the morning. Now, let's go in here seriously and see if we could run into anything. Find anything okay, let's avoid looking at the Enderman. Ooh, this place is dark. Okay, not too bad so far. Okay. Oh, that's a place I explored earlier. So not too deep or anything like that, but there's more. There's always more. And eventually, oh yeah, that's right, we've got the Enderman there. Now, I wonder if I could catch an Enderman. Let's see. Oh, I have a boat with me. Does this still work? Oh. Okay. Well, that's one way to do it. Oh, I got an ender pearl. Okay. I guess that's an unexpected little treat. What's up here? Okay, this is just more dark area, so I guess the Enderman just spawned down here because it was dark. But nothing too much. And at least it was an Enderman instead of a creeper. Ooh, a real cave now. Oh, nah, not really. Ah, and a nice supply of copper. We're not going to refuse that. We may have need for the copper for various projects. Might need some for building, might need some for creating copper golems, might need some for more weapons and tools. Well, though, I'm hoping soon to be able to. Ooh, okay, let's see what's under here. I'm hoping to eventually be able to get some iron tools, of course, because copper is sort of a stepping stone to. How did I get? Oh, from the Enderman. I was wondering, where did I get a grass block from? Of course, an Enderman. Okay. Okay, good. Good. Unfortunately, nothing really exciting over here. So nothing. Ooh. All right, that's right. That's where I came from. Okay, I was wondering, hey, why is that lit up? Because I lit it up. Something else in this way? Anything exciting, interesting, dangerous, valuable? Okay, that was just the terminus, I guess, of whatever was there. All right, fine, 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 fine. When I start doing some serious gathering of resources, going mining and all that stuff, I'm sure I'm going to find much more interesting stuff when I get down into the deep. Now, I don't have a fishing pole, but there are other ways to fish. I mean, one could try spear fishing, except for spears are being released in the next update. So, till then, I'm just going to have to go axe fishing. And I think I'll have plenty of salmon to have for my various meals in there. Help to go with the pumpkin pie that I hope to be able to make soon. Oh, and maybe also get some ink for other projects. For the next episode, I'm going to need to build this house and get to a place where it's going to be a good place for me to craft and to sleep and everything's safe. I don't think I can get a good storage facility in there. Maybe a few items in there. If they're reachable by the copper golem, then maybe I could start putting them to work. But in the meantime, I want to have windows in the front here so I can see the water. And back here, I want to have my signs for what I plan to do. This includes a shelf where I'm going to display the copper tools that I made at the beginning. So I have a set of those to show that I have completed the first step of the operation in this area. But of course, just make a couple of tools does not make a Minecraft series. What I need to do is to start some mining. And this looks like a perfect place in which to head out, start creating a mine, start looking for some serious resources, and maybe some things to do for maybe building the tower. I know I don't have any gas yet or anything like that, but if I get some diamonds, then maybe I can start to get some obsidian. And once I have some obsidian, then maybe I can get to the nether, find some gas, and be happy. Unless, of course, they're the angry gas that are going to blow me up or something like that. This chest is already starting to oxidize. How does... Okay. That's how one deoxidize. I'm not even sure I've done that too much on there. But I will see you next time where we will build this in the next episode of Piney Plays Minecraft Pinetopia.